PS5 previews, Minecraft in Smash, and the weekly gaming news recap and cookie review coming right up. Welcome back to Sodi Pop right here on YouTube. I'm Maddie, and this is the weekly gaming news recap and cookie review. Of course, if you're looking for more in-depth coverage, check out Chatty with Maddie. What you notice this week, I've just started a new job, so tons of training. I've been out all day. It's definitely one that can take up the entire day. So if you want to know more about that, I'll talk to you about that below. But otherwise, suffice to say that I'm still learning a lot. And so the next week or so, I'm still getting my schedule straightened out. Every day will look pretty different for me. But going forward, of course, I'll be producing way more content once I get my head around it. I think next week will be a lot simpler than the past 2 weeks for me as well. So very excited. With that being said, I might be experimenting with this new background and everything a little bit closer to the camera, a little bit easier for me to produce, and I like actually the style of it. So we'll see. Let me know what you think down below if you enjoy it, if you don't think there's that big of a difference. But without further ado, of course, I have my drink. Let's chat. So to begin with, we have Animal Crossing. This little review of what's going on. So this coming from GameSpot. Animal Crossing New Horizons getting another update next month. Of course, we have the update that just came out for October, so make sure you grow and get those pumpkins, get the special outfits from the Able sisters. Definitely check out that update. Lots of amazing stuff in Animal Crossing, and then we have more details and stuff coming next month. Xbox Series X has been released to the public, at least a lot of people in the press, not myself, not quite yet. I'm sure they will. I know they will. But this is coming from IGN. There's so many preview articles out there. I think the number one thing is that the SSD is changing gameplay and how people are viewing these systems. So a big thing they talked about in this one, and I've seen pretty much everywhere else, is the quick resume, is that you can be playing 5 games at once, any game. I want to jump into a Apex Legends with my friends. You can go ahead and pause your game, jump into Apex Legends, play a round or two, jump right back, and it picks up right where you left off. I think we've been used to doing these things with phones, especially things like the Vita, all like you just wake your device up. Now you couldn't ever go from game to game, but that's really cool. Also, I've been seeing a lot of games, like Doom Eternal taking 5 or 6 seconds to load, which has been absolutely amazing. Really fantastic to finally see that coming to these next gen systems. So go ahead and check out some of these reviews. Obviously this one coming from IGN, but that's been the major takeaway. We haven't seen any next gen games come out and be able to test, so I'm sure we'll see that very shortly, which we will, because PlayStation 5 is out in the wild now. We've been seeing a lot of people get hands on. We've been seeing some sneaks and teases. I'm going to talk about a little bit of maybe what the PlayStation 5 is capable of, at least the device itself. So very excited for that. Also tomorrow, it looks like Japanese YouTubers are going to get their actual hands on it and get to preview some stuff. Maybe we'll see, some things we've been seeing with the Series X. Again, none of the games are out. Hopefully we'll see maybe the updated Spider-Man being played. That would be phenomenal. That's kind of like the first inkling of real next-gen gameplay and what we can expect from the speed and blah. So very excited for that. And then in bad news, we have Bowser arrested and charged for selling Nintendo Switch hacks. No, this is not Doug Bowser of Nintendo. This is a different Bowser. Just kind of a forewarning. This coming from The Verge. Scroll a little bit down here. 2 members of console hacking and piracy organization known as Team Executor, spelled with an X of course, have been arrested and charged with fraud, one of whom is named Gary Bowser. French national Max Laurent and Bowser, originally from Canada but arrested in the Dominican Republic, allegedly led the group, which makes a line of tools for cracking lockdown gaming hardware. So be careful, of course. Cracking hardware is not going to be good. They're not going to be looking kindly at that, and there are many international laws and also extradition treaties with all this stuff as well. So just so you know that I did get this from a Reddit post, I want to have that up there. Also, we saw really cool in new news that Minecraft Steve and Alex are coming to Smash Brothers. Originally, this news didn't blow my mind as far as what what characters I want to see in it, because I don't have a super affinity for Minecraft. I played it again on the Vita and the PC, but I didn't get super into it because it's a, obviously you can do anything type game, and if you really want to build stuff, that's what it's for. But this in Smash Brothers is amazing. Number one, it's not another just generic fighter type character, but whenever they put a new character in Smash Brothers, they have like a new dynamic way of making. So if you see him, he's actually mining the materials out of the ground. That is part of the character. You mine, your weapons can break, and you have to mine your materials depending on what ground you'll be on, or the materials in your mine. Now in competitive matches on Omega stages, Sakurai said that no matter where you mine, there's going to be a set type of mining, so you're not only getting wood, you're not only getting stone, because you can upgrade your weapon throughout the match. It will make the best weapon that you have available out of the stuff you have mined, and that will actually change the output of the damage. So if you have a wooden weapon at the beginning, like a wooden sword at the beginning, or a wooden pickaxe, the diamond sword or pickaxe is going to be the most powerful. And I'm assuming as you collect materials throughout the match, you'll be getting those upgrades become a little bit more powerful. So it looks super interesting, totally different the way the playstyle is from every other character. And that's what's so cool about Smash Brothers, is they really take the games these characters are from and just make their own thing within Smash Brothers. So it actually looks phenomenal. Super excited to try that out as a character and character pack. Go ahead and check it out. There's a lot. I mean, he uses 45 minutes and really uses that up. With that being said, we also got to see Kirby coming when he eats either Steve or Alex. He turns into a little block Kirby, which is hilarious. This of course courtesy of a user on Reddit, Manuel. We also got to see new Smash Amiibo coming. So we have Banjo-Kazooie, Terry Bogard, and Byleth coming. So very exciting. All the Amiibo looks so good. I definitely don't have enough shells for them, but I do have quite a few Amiibo myself. I really like how Terry Bogard looks in particular. And Suda51 himself said, yes, we will be getting Travis Touchdown as a Mii character. So we've been seeing a lot of cool characters coming from the Mii costumes, just kind of an add-on, and then we actually get to be Travis Touchdown. So finally, very cool. I think those are actually some of the more exciting parts of what we get to see from some of these Smash reveals. And for new games, Star Wars Squadrons was released, and people have been saying pretty good things about it. In 81, number one, if you are a fan of the TIE Fighter series, it seems like people really like it. If you're going to get into the fighting genre, there's a couple different modes. I know Dogfight was one of them, and it is, I believe, a free-to-play game. So people are saying, there's not tons of content, but it matches what it is, and they hope it grows. I've been seeing some pretty positive things. Of course, the user score 4.8, I don't really get what that is, maybe because it is EA, so they could be review bombing it. And then Crash Bandicoot 485 on Metacritic, pretty much seeing this is kind of the perfection of the Crash Bandicoot series. Everything led up to this point. Feels really good, plays really good. Also, a lot more platforming clarity, a lot more quality of life things, because they added in the shadow beneath Crash so you could actually tell where you're going to land. I have not checked these out yet. Again, haven't had time because of the new training and everything. I want to check out Hades. I've still been playing the Nintendo 3D or Super Mario 3D All Stars, which I really enjoy. I've been spending a lot of time with each one of those games. So I still have to check out Crash. I'll probably check out Star Wars, but I want to play Hades too. Hades looks fantastic. I have that on PC. For new games in October, again, my favorite month, love Halloween. We have a ton of them. So I'm going to go through the major ones. Super Mario Bros. 35. Remember, that's the free game from Switch Online. There isn't a ton of information on how to play it. It's a competitive Mario game where if you're landing on Goombas and stuff, you send attacks. So if you think of Tetris 100, it's like that, but with Super Mario Bros. You're going through the Mario Brothers levels. I recommend actually looking up online how to play the game, because there's no tutorial at all online, or at least on the Switch Online, of how the game works. So go ahead and check that out. Ys Origin for Switch, October 1st. I really like those Ys games. They're a lot of fun. I spent some good time with them on the Vita, so check that out. Crash Bandicoot 4, of course, is already out. So is Star Wars Squadrons. We have Baldur's Gate 3 releasing on PC and Stadia. That's a big game on the 6th. So coming up in 3 days here. So very exciting. Mario Kart Live home circuit on the 16th. If you remember from the 35th anniversary stream that they did, the Mario Kart Live is actually the RC kart that you have at home. You can drive around with your Nintendo Switch, and it makes a little virtual Mario Kart in your actual home. So kind of cool, especially if you have kids. I would probably wait till reviews are out, maybe pre-order, and then return it if reviews are out, because I can imagine it will also sell out. It's kind of a cool collector's item as well. All the way down here we have Watch Dogs Legions coming out the 29th. Dark Pictures Anthology Little Hope, which looks fantastic for PC, PS4, Xbox One. Watch Dogs PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Stadia. Pikmin 3 Deluxe coming for the Switch on the 30th. I'm sure that will be fantastic. I think that is a full $60 Pikmin. Remember, they did update with some Mario or some actual multiplayer type stuff. So looking very forward to that. And the 31st Auto Chess, and then there's just a ton more games. So check it out. I'm getting this courtesy of Games Radar as well. And then we have Marvel. So Spider-Man, remember we spoke about Spider-Man coming out for the PlayStation 5. We have Spider-Man Miles Morales, and then they're doing a dual edition, which is $70. You get the remastered Spider-Man with Spider-Man Miles Morales, which is essentially $20 for the add-on. Miles Morales by itself is $50, and they're reworking a bunch of features. This is a PlayStation blog article that really goes through what features they're reworking, and we're looking at a few of them. So, well, let's talk about graphical updates. The team has done a painstaking work of updating the city's environment to take advantage of new consoles. Beyond improved models and materials, one of the biggest things we have brought to the game is ray traced reflections and ambient shadows. We now have true reflections on windows of buildings, and it looks stunning with our new skies and weather. As you can see, that reflection really isn't possible with the PS4 version. Going down, but it's not just the environments. Our characters has also gotten a huge upgrade from their higher fidelity skin, eye, and teeth shaders to individually rendered strands of hair. The new tech and details bring our characters and their performances to a new life. This does bring us to one of the big changes. In order to bring the best performances to players with our next gen Marvel Spider-Man games, we have recast the face of Peter Parker. We love working with John Berniak on the original game. However, to get a better match for Peter Parker / Spider-Man actor Yuri Lowenthal's facial capture, we have cast Ben Jordan as the face model for Peter Parker on the PS5 console. He looks incredible in the game, and Yuri's moving performances take to a new life. So they completely recast the face model, which if you played the original, maybe that would really throw you off. If you're joining the game for the first time, which I imagine a lot of people are when they're buying the PS5, you're not going to notice at all. It's just, Peter Parker. That is your Peter Parker. Peter Parker has been recast so many times. Who cares if it's yours? But more importantly, people have been pretty upset about it. So let's go ahead and look at the actual change. So on the right, we have the PS5, and then that was the recast. And on the left, we have the old one. So they're different actors. They look completely different. They both kind of say Peter Parker to me. They have the same voice. It's Yuri is the voice of him. And then one Brian Inathar said to our Spidey fans on Twitter, this is pretty sad. I totally appreciate your passion, but sending me threatening notes that you will, quote, hunt me down and we will find you, fix this now, isn't cool. With that happening, with what's happening in the world today, let be a force for good and be respectful to each other. Thank you. It's stupid that people are sending threats, even if that's joking, which, it might be joking. It's just not cool, not important. It's really not important. If you want to joke about it between your friends, whatever, but actually sending it to anyone, that's really stupid. And it's a video game, and it's not like they messed up his face or anything. It's a different actor. It still looks really good, really fantastic fidelity. Maybe they'll pick me for the next Spider-Man actor. That'd be amazing. Do it. And then we also have PlayStation 5 moving into more. So hopefully we'll see actual Spider-Man, the kind of the next generation there coming up on PS5. Remember, tomorrow we have some more PS5 stuff. So unverified PS5 images is coming from VGC. I saw this everywhere. There seems to be someone who has a PS5 and has been showing some stuff about it. So number one, we're just going to scroll on here. We're not going to read any of this. They showed the startup process. They're not showing the UI. If they show the UI, great, I'll look at it. But You get to see the bottom. This is the base. This is the actual stand that the PS5 is on. So we can tell this whole area, it actually has like this middle stand and then this back part, which probably clasps on to the PS5 just to hold it stable. And then we go down a little bit further and it looks like this blue or this faceplate is removable, which is awesome if you want to either paint your PS5. It just makes it really easy. Take it off, spray paint it, you know, with the proper spray paint that will be heat resistant. Make sure you do that. Or if you're putting a decal or a skin on it, just makes it way easier if you want to snap it off, put the decal on. Hopefully that is what it actually is. So very, very cool. And maybe they'll be selling movable faceplates as well if for entirely new collector's editions and such. And a little bit further, we get to see the actual top, so we can see this is where the base is, and then we see this clasp where it was attached to the back, and then maybe this little part fits in somewhere, but it probably holds it up, provides some resistance, of course, if you want to lay it horizontally on its side. And then this is kind of the interface. Again, they don't show too much. Again, just they have a couple of users, pretty similar to what we see in the PS4 interface currently. That's why I didn't want to go through it. And then, right, this is maybe, I'm guessing Russian, some Eastern European language. But yeah, so not too crazy as far as like we get to see the actual UI, but I think it's really interesting, the base. The most interesting part is the removable face cover. We have heard rumors of that, meaning again, it's going to be super easy to recolor your console. I'm sure we're going to see a ton of people just painting it black. I love the white personally. That is like my preference for game consoles. Very, very cool. And then tomorrow we get to see Japanese YouTubers are actually going to start receiving the PlayStation 5 and playing games on it. You know, of course, we have Astro's Playroom, which will be on it, but hopefully we get to see some other PlayStation 5 games. Again, the Series X has been shown, but we don't get to see any like new games on it quite yet. So this will be cool because I'm sure Astro's Playroom will be there, which we got to see a little bit, but we're gonna get to see people's reviews of the controller. We've only got to see Jeff Keighley play around with the controller and he talked about it, but I think the beauty of it is you get to see different people with the controller and a consensus on how different it is, what it feels like. I'm really, really curious about those triggers. Jeff Keighley said the triggers are probably the standout feature for him, but I'm curious to see if someone thinks the rumble is amazing or some other feature is amazing, because that's been one of the PS5's like coolest things, is that it is a next generation. It is totally different. Series X has a similar controller. They have a fantastic controller. I have my own Xbox controller that I play PC with, but it's not something new. You know, getting excited for something new is always fun. And of course, I always go back to the Joy-Con. It was super exciting because they were so different. When they finally came out, it was like, oh, they're neat, but not what I was hoping. I hope the PlayStation 5 is both super exciting, and when it comes out, it's in your hand, like, man, the rumble is fantastic. These objective triggers, pulling the bow is fantastic. So with tomorrow, we get to hear that. We get to hear that from a few more people. Of course, this seems to be only Japan, so we're gonna have to get translations, but very, very excited for that. All right, guys, well, that about does it for the actual weekly gaming news recap. Of course, tons to discuss. I'm sure I missed a few smaller stories in and out. Again, this week was crazy busy for me. Learning a new job is going to calm down, and then we're going to get back to the recap, and we're going to get back to streaming and everything. So very, very excited. Of course, I had a whole roadmap of planned content, and very excited to get back to that. But with that said, of course, we have the cookie review. This one coming special. I think, remember, or you should remember, the cookie coming from Bristol Farms. This is also Bristol Farms, and I'm sorry if you don't have a Bristol Farms in the area. I know it's more unique maybe to the West Coast, but definitely if you are here, worth a trip for the cookie, one of the best cookies ever. I decided to stop by and try something out there because I don't review much stuff from there, mainly Trader Joe's. I've been trying to go into some more cookies you can find kind of worldwide, and I have some cookies coming up which you're going to be pumped about. But this is the filled chocolate shortbread cookie, dark chocolate, right there, 6 ounces. If it focuses on the shortbread, let's see if it does. There we go. Let's get back in my face. So these guys look absolutely delicious. They almost look like those like a way of a Hershey's Kiss cookie, if you've ever made those with family or friends, where they have the shortbread with the Hershey's Kiss in the middle. It's almost like the opposite. So let's go ahead and check this out. Yet to taste it, of course. So very, very beautiful. Some nice chocolatey, velvety chocolate on top. Let's focus it on that bad boy. I really like this new setup because I can get some really detailed shots of these cookies. So smell it. Oh, that chocolate smells so good. It's like this dark Belgian chocolate. Do the density test. I'm gonna do it on the cookie side. This is my mic here. Very soft. I mean, I have cookie crumbs all over my mic as always. Let's give it the first taste. It's supposed to be chocolate filled, so let's see where it is. The shortbread, nice, satisfying crunch to like a soft, I'll say really well baked cookie. You can see some of the chocolate in the inside. I didn't quite get to it yet. Let's focus it on that chocolate. Didn't quite get to it yet, but it's there. It's coming. Let's get to it. That's a gooey chocolate center. So got to it. Make sure we get. Ooh, that's wonderful. So it's like a different chocolate, almost ganache on the outside, a bit harder. Gooey chocolate center. I'd say like 65-70% dark chocolate, not dark chocolate. Kind of a mixture. Really fantastic. Definitely gonna eat these. Comes with like 6 of them, so pretty good. Really gourmet type cookie. This is like one you want to share with someone special, or just eat by yourself because you've had a great day. Maybe because you have a bad day, or you have an eating problem. Who knows? But this is good. I'm definitely gonna be eating this. While watching that PS5 stuff tomorrow, I'm gonna be eating this for sure. All right, guys. Well, check this out. Shortbread chocolate filled cookie. Maybe you can find other types of this. It tastes a lot like a Pepperidge Farm Milano, right? Where you have the shortbread on the outside and the cookie, but there's so much good texture here, and that chocolate cream like filling just like elevates it to that level that just makes you so happy that you're alive, you know? So check this out. Shortbread chocolate filled cookie. They had a raspberry filled one too, which I was very curious about, but chocolate is like for sure my thing. So anyways, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Let me know what you think of the new format. What do you think of the Series X coverage? Are you excited? I think the SSD, again, when I was getting excited for next gen, I'm like, SSD is so cool. I remember I upgraded a PC with and it's not even a fast SSD, just a normal SSD. And it just changes your life, like not waiting for everything. So I was super excited about that. And just for menus in games to hopefully feel really nice and crisp. You know, you look at Borderlands, a lot of times like the menu can lag up. It'd be so cool if the SSD can fix things like that. I don't know if it will, but it'd be cool if it does. So very, very excited for that. Anyways, let me know what you're excited about for the Series X and PS5. What do you think we're gonna see tomorrow with the PS5? Do you think the controller is going to be like that good? Like you need to have the PS5 controller and you don't want to go back to anything else? I think it could be really cool. Those adaptive triggers and the rumble, more so the triggers, could really change a lot of things, I think, for the game playing industry, and hopefully it does. And you know, Xbox has to incorporate that on the next controller. That would be so cool if it does make a difference. That'd be fantastic. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you think of this new setup. I kind of like it, kind of cool, a little bit closer. Missing the desk, of course, so not super great on that. And of course, follow me on the 3Ts and IG, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram at SodiPopMedia. A little bit blurry back there. Got the bokeh going on. And have a wonderful day. Remember,
be yourself
and eat a cookie. Bye.